Welcome back, everyone. Jim here. Well, today we're doing something a little different. We got the camper hauled home. We've unloaded logs off the trailer, and there'll be a couple of videos. There'll be a video coming for long that's going to show hauling the camper out of the woods, out of our new spot that we built there, and some of the troubles we had. And then there's a logging video where we loaded some logs and unloaded some logs. That one's all done. And I'll be posting all these soon. The camper that's been up in the mountains was the Toyhauler. And as long as that was up there, we couldn't go anywhere with the motorcycles in the Toyhauler. So, might be a little extravagant, but we got another camper. And this camper we're going to leave up there. It's got a bunkhouse in it. It's a little more suitable for, leaving in the woods. Then in the meantime, we can take the Toyhauler and go to different places with the motorcycles. So, some of the repair I got to do on this newer camper, because it's a used one, it's a 2008, the vent stacks on the roof. Now I'm going to pan down so you can see what they look like, and I'll probably keep the camera focused on them because that's where the work is going to happen. Okay, so here's the vent cap, and you can see over time these pieces become just so brittle, fall all apart. So I've managed to get all the tools that I need to do this job, and maybe I ought to lay them out here so you can see them. So, roof feels like a fabric type of roof, and I don't want to dig it up, obviously, so I got to be real careful at this point. I'm warming up this glue a little bit so it'll come off a little easier, and I don't want to scrape the roof with a putty knife. Would have been nice if it had a fiberglass roof. So this warms it up pretty good. First you need a trash bag to put all the junk in. Oh yeah, that makes it a lot better. Lot better. Like I say, you gotta be careful not to scrape the roof. It's only about 50 degrees outside, so it's not like a hot day. Okay, being very careful not to scrape the roof. A heat gun might have worked just as good, but my sweetheart said, here, use my hairdryer. So that works too. Like I say, the big thing is don't rip the roof. It's stuck pretty good to the roof, so I don't know. What's on the roof, I'm not going to worry too much about trying to scrape it off, because I'm afraid, again, I'd scrape this fabric. Now, one of the things you're going to have to do is the screws. Have this gunk in it, and I'm hoping they're Phillips. Maybe they're square head, but we'll find out. Nope, they're Phillips. Good thing. I'm not sure how many there are. It looks like 4 of them. Probably be a little too fussy. I really don't need to take it all off the plastic because that whole piece is going to be replaced. I'm using a metal one that's for RVs and trailer roofs and what have you. Alright, let's shut that off. Let's see if I can get these off. There's 1, 2. Well, they certainly didn't use a lot of screws to put it down with. So now, let's see if I can get under this without ripping the roof. Now they showed using a bigger, I watched one video and he showed using a bigger putty knife. Maybe that's the trick. Because then I can kind of get under there and cut it a little bit. Cut that seal. And that seems to be working pretty well. Geez, look, see how it breaks right off? Now again, I don't want to do it too rough because it picks up the roof right along with it. And there is the old piece. And you can see it's all, I mean the cover that was there's a screw that goes down through here. Wouldn't do any good to take that off because it's just junk. Alright, so let me clean this up a little bit. And what I'm doing is just using wire brush, get a little bit, and I'm going to try to get a little more of this stuff off without wrecking the roof. Probably the most tedious part You can see how the roof, I don't know if you can see it in the film, but the roof actually kind of pulls up under my fingers. Put a nice bed of what they call decor. I believe that's what it is, and I'll show you a picture of it in just a few minutes. All right. So I think I got as much off there as I'm going to get. Let's check the new cover. Yeah, you can see it fits right down over, and when I put the sealant in there, hang on a minute, I gotta grab something out of the bag. I want to be able to see where I'm going to lay that sealant down at. So I'm going to trace around here. Then I know that's where I'll lay the bead of sealant. So, project's half done. Okay, so we got the lap sealant. This is what I'm told RVers use. And this is lap sealant. It's self-leveling. So, it'll look a little rough probably by the time I'm finished. But tomorrow it'll be all smoothed out. It just self-levels itself. So, let's get going. This is not something that you want to leak, so I would make sure to use plenty of this stuff. Then we'll set this down. Making sure that we're all around. And I'm going to even press it down in a little bit. Make sure it got a good seal. And then we should be able to put the screws back in. Try to center it up a little bit. You're not going to hit the same holes because most covers have different amount of holes. The cover I took off, I think I think they used 3 holes. This cover here has 5 holes. So I don't know if it's necessary to use every single hole, but you just want to make sure you got enough in it to hold it down, that's for sure. I know I got another screw here that I took out. Here it is. That ain't gonna go anywheres. Okay, so now you're gonna want to use a little more of this. It says more is better than not enough, and I'm gonna go all around here, especially getting on the screws. Self-leveling. So I'm putting it all the way around, just like factory job. It seems like it'd be a little bit overkill, but I'd like to think the factory knows what they're doing. Alright, so when I come back tomorrow, instead of being kind of bumpy like it is right there, it'll be all leveled out. Put the cover on. And then, just to be safe, a little bit of die core on top. And that'll take care of that. So I might have I'm going to end the video here because that's all installed now. And when I come back tomorrow, if I think of it, I'll add a little bit extra just to show how it leveled out. You can see already how it's flattening out. So that's good. That'll be a nice seal. Here's the tools I used to do that job. 2 putty knives, fat blade one, skinny blade, a pick if needed to get the die core out of the screw head, a pencil, maybe a wire brush, drill, or you could just use a screwdriver, whichever you prefer. Of course, the die core, and a caulking gun. Now, the other things that I had that helped me was a hairdryer, or a heat gun if you have one, and of course a trash bag to put all the old parts in. Thanks for watching, and if you learned anything, you know, give me a thumbs up, maybe a subscribe. Always looking for subscribers. I'm going to keep going. I've got another 2 that I have to do, and I've actually got a puncture through the skin on the back that I've got to do. So there's a few things here that need to be taken care of. So anyway, thanks again, and I'll be back with more videos.